All right, everybody, here we go with our weekly kvetching session. It is in progress once again. We don't frequently do these things live, but we are doing it live this time.
It's fun.
We are at a place called the Delco Center, which is in Northeast Austin. I'm here, by the way, I'm Chris Mosier, podcasting director for Progress, Texas, and you are?
Tatum Owens, advocacy and development coordinator, and
you are?
Haley Smith, digital associate.
Nice to meet you.
And it's fun to be live. It's fun to be actually, without a computer between us. It's really, really nice.
It feels like I'm performing a little bit. Like, I know we're not on a stage, but like it feels like a stage.
No safe Zoom room to be in.
We walk in here and people are knowing who we are as we walk in here, which is kind of fun too.
They rolled out the red carpet, actually.
Yeah.
Progress, Texas.
We're doing good work. Good work brings good recognition, and that's.
And it's a good community too. I mean, it's good to be seen and hanging out with a whole bunch of these people.
Yeah. Lots of cool people. So let's talk about what we're doing here. Delco Center again. This is an AISD facility, basketball and volleyball and whatnot like that for high schools here in Austin, Texas. Talk about the event. I don't have the details in front of me, but...
No worries. So if you read it off the press release or hear it from us, we've got a couple of fun people that you can check out on an upcoming pod. That's Beto, Jasmine Crockett, James Talarico,
Joaquin Castro.
Yes, Joaquin Castro, San Antonio, let's go.
Gina Hinojosa.
And then that's the lineup, and that's it. So we've got some...
It's 6 total, I think.
Yeah, that sounds right.
It kind of kept growing. Jasmine was a late...
It changed a lot. We have a lot of star power that's going to be showing up here today.
Good problem to have.
And a ton of people already here. It's about 5 p.m. as we're recording, and we've got a good crowd of people circling the little circular stadium or podium.
This is what they call in the round.
Yes, I'm learning.
Like I've seen, who have I seen? I've seen Tyler Childers in the round.
Wow.
I've seen George Strait in the round. Wow. And that's
okay, no need to flex.
Yeah,
stage in the middle.
Fair enough.
And these people are going to know how to work this crowd.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun.
Exactly. We got some of the most fun people out here. And I will say that we got here a little bit early, but these folks beat us to it. The whole stadium parking lot had Beto stickers, and we got people with t-shirts going back to 2018 and before. They're all some dated t-shirts, y'all. Like people are coming out from the weeds today.
Yeah, you're going to see even back to Clinton and whatnot. So in Austin we have a collection of like heavily decorated cars that have not only stickers all over the car.
Keeping Austin weird.
And people will they'll weld lawn chairs to the top of their car and just do crazy things. And there are probably 2 or 3 of these cars that have been in circulation in Austin for years.
Oh, there they go.
And there's a couple of them out in the parking lot, so we know what we're in for here.
We're in a good crowd,
So let's quickly, we need to get this done before the show starts. And by the way, we're going to record the festivities. Shortly after this podcast that you're hearing now, you will hear the festivities. Probably tomorrow morning. I think I'll be exhausted by the end of this. But
for Chris, he's got so much.
Over the next 24 hours,
it'll
hit the podcast.
You'll see some sneak peeks on our Instagram story, though.
Yeah,
I'll make sure.
Right. And so, be watching for that. We're excited about all of these people. So I got real excited. I hit my real serious morning coffee buzz at about 9:45 this morning, which is when that word came down and the top line was Texas Democrats skip town for California. And I'm like, wow, they actually did it.
Yeah, California, my Texas.
But what actually happened?
So there'd been rumors over the last week, 2 weeks, that House Dems were going to be walking out to protest the recent actions coming down from Greg Abbott and even higher up from Donald Trump following congressional redistricting. So a little bit more on that. You'll definitely hear more from us, but in short, a couple of districts from all over Texas, especially targeting Black and brown communities, have been particularly targeted by Donald Trump, followed up by Greg Abbott, and Dems took a stand and followed up on a lot of mass protests asking for some sort of action to show solidarity with these Texan neighbors. Y'all have any other things?
They're going to California and Illinois.
Yeah.
They're going to Illinois also. I did not know that.
So. Yeah. And it's to talk to them about, what are all of us going to do collectively to fight back against this blatant attack on our rights in this power grab? And that's what we're here for tonight. So you'll hear much more about it. But I think it's important for all of us to keep in mind that we can't do it without each other. And I just think going to California specifically, the Texas versus California thing, we go back and forth kind of a lot, but we have more in common than we realize. And we're going to need to work together if we're ever going to get anything done.
Yeah.
Agreed. And I saw someone say The headline about this was quorum break jump scare. In other words, they put out this release to do exactly what they did. Well, I got excited about it.
Yeah,
there are other people who might have gone, oh my God, I can't believe they actually did
split,
this.
yeah.
But they're coming back tonight. It's just a quick field trip.
Yeah,
but
to
the press
not
release
waste too much cost. Let's be clear, there was a huge fine amount that gets associated with them walking out.
Yeah,
and Ken Paxton on their back.
Yes,
What's $500 a day per member that they're out for the purpose of breaking quorum.
Yeah, so just the one day little travel, big travel.
We've talked about, there are members of the Texas legislature who drop $500 on a nice dinner.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
don't bat an eye. So we'll see, but not all of them are that way. Not all of them have that kind of means.
Yeah.
But anyway, I saw someone say, quorum break jump scare is a great name for a band.
I like it. Yeah.
Guys, what are you doing after this?
We're going to the quorum break jump scare show. So anyway, all of this remains a possibility. I also wanted to point out a friend of mine, John Denisi, who's a Politico here in Austin, happens to be my precinct chair in the neighborhood where I live.
Oh, cool.
Sent me an email saying, hey, man, you guys have not been talking about the possibility of the Senate breaking quorum.
Yeah.
And apparently the story there is we have one more senator than we would need to deny them. Wait, excuse me. I think we have exactly the amount that we need to break quorum. So they would have to all leave.
Yeah, solidarity together.
Right.
Everybody on board.
Yeah,
hard
exactly.
to do as proven before.
Real hard to do, considering some of the people who are sitting in the Senate with D's next to their names.
Yeah.
Are we going to really get them to
We
get
don't know.
in lockstep?
Dinos or whatever you call them, yeah.
It seems unlikely, but we should be talking about that possibility for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So that's definitely something we could see happen, over the next little while. And it remains. Reagan pointed this out. I learn things from Reagan every week.
All the time,
Don't we all?
A
Well of
quorum break
knowledge.
that's not even especially rebellious. It's part of the playbook. It's something that happens in legislative bodies.
And can I just point out,
Yeah.
so you use the word rebellious here, and I think that a lot of people could take one look at this headline and think, oh, this is just symbolic. No, the House Dems are going to these states in particular to talk with. California has been a point of conversation because they are redistricted in the opposite way. And so trying to reframe how we think about redistricting as set in stone is a really crucial point that the House Dems are covering by traveling and talking to, for example, Gavin Newsom's office. So, I think it's really crucial that we just take another look at redistricting and make sure that people understand it's not just that we're talking about the large word that is gerrymandering. Not every voter, not even every American really knows what that means. We're segregating voters by race, and it's under the guise of partisan lines, which is where that conversation ties into California, where they've seen that same thing happen, and a conversation is being had about what if we try to legislate this to our own advantage. In contrast to here we are in Texas.
The hard reality is that our polarized bipolar system, bi-party system, is very much divided on race lines. I mean, we got one party that's really, really, really white. We got the other party that's everybody.
Exactly.
And so they've been able to take that, kind of vague distinction between race concerns and political concerns and basically allow this while pretending to allow that.
Exactly.
And that's some just terrible court decisions, you ask me. But, we're not here to solve that.
Don't get us started on the courts. The Roberts Court, y'all. Yeah.
So let's mention real quick, last night was the first public hearing about all of this.
Yes.
It was held at the Capitol yesterday starting at 2 and went into the early evening.
Ooh.
What's really interesting about this is there are no maps.
Yeah, exactly.
We're having hearings about maps that don't exist.
Yeah, that you can't see, that the public doesn't even know what's necessarily going to be on. You could be redistricted out of your own leader that you elected, and you wouldn't even know it.
The representatives
can't talk
themselves
about it.
Don't know. They don't know what's going to happen to their constituents, their communities, the people they represent. They have no idea.
That's right.
And you try to ask them about it, and they're like, "Whoa." It's like, you're in charge. You should know this.
Yeah, and to be clear, people are speaking up about this. The testimony went long into the night, and I know some people didn't even get a chance to speak at that.
Well, they technically they shut it down at about 8:30.
Exactly.
The Republicans walked out. By the way, from what I'm reading, there were no Republicans standing up to say, "Here's why this is such a great idea." None of them are pretending that it's a great idea.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what's
it's a partisan game. Yeah.
Another part of that that's interesting about all this is it's a straight up Donald Trump power grab, and nobody seems to be pretending otherwise, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lane game.
So we are there for sure. Let's talk about Isaiah Martin. Isaiah Martin is a candidate, one of about 6, I think.
So no, for CD18, right?
Yeah, more than
that's
6?
like it's yeah.
How many are there?
More than 10, somewhere in
Okay.
between that and 20.
Whole bunch.
It's a long list.
This is the district that has been vacant for a little while after Sylvester Turner died back in the early part of the summer.
Yeah.
Which is all a whole other travesty, really.
Yeah.
That seat is to be filled in November. Historically black district. Barbara Jordan sat in this chair. It's highly symbolic that this is one of the districts that's being targeted. Supposedly. Again, we haven't seen the maps yet, but we're pretty sure that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
It is one of the districts that the DOJ has targeted as supposedly racist, drawn on racial lines, even though the Republicans drew the lines, and the Republicans have been defending those same lines as race blind for a long time.
Yeah.
So we're way in the upside down. We're way out past any degree of whatever. So back to Isaiah Martin.
Yeah.
He was speaking late in the affair, exceeded his 2-minute limit on the mic, would not yield the mic.
Yeah.
Was tackled to the ground in the room.
Forcibly and on video, by the way.
Well, oh yeah, it's all
you
over
can
the
go
place.
watch it yourself.
We've got it all linked on. It's everywhere by now.
It's in the show notes of the Daily Dispatch.
Exactly.
Right, absolutely. So that this has happened. He was brought to the ground a second time out in the hallway. So that happened as well. Now, there are arguments to be made about, well, did he break the rules? He kind of did break the rules.
Yeah, but does that warrant him being arrested? Does that warrant him being held for hours on end for trying to stand up for people being segregated on racial lines?
Right.
Yeah.
By the way, to our knowledge, he is still in jail.
Yes, exactly.
At this time, it happened almost 24 hours ago. It was about 8:30 last night. He's been charged with 3 misdemeanors.
Yeah.
What I would say is, look, people are unruly at these things. It doesn't have to get physical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be some burly cop laying his hands on anybody.
Yeah.
Especially, once again, it's a black man.
Yeah, of
who
course.
ends up on the ground. Once again.
Yeah.
What was it? I mean, there are going to be people who are going to say he deliberately provoked the situation. I don't know about that necessarily.
Yeah.
I just know that there are ways of diffusing that kind of a situation without laying
Pushing
hands on
somebody to the ground.
Right.
Yeah.
Pushing somebody to the ground and then putting them in jail.
And I think this goes back to what you said. You mentioned that word rebellious earlier, and it's just been playing in my mind over and over again, because the double standard between Republicans blatantly cheating the system to gain political power after a mass casualty event hit our state with no help whatsoever, and we're the ridiculous, rebellious, hysterical ones for doing something to fight against it. Like, did he break the rules? Sure, but I think sometimes a situation calls for something a little bit more serious. And I'm not condoning anything, but I think it is crazy to say that we're the crazy, hysterical ones when this is all happening.
That this young man deserves to be manhandled, for breaking an itty bitty little rule towards the end of
it's pedantic at best and violent at worst.
Just not necessary. And breaking the rules. We're at this point we're kind of all breaking.
We're a little past that.
We're heading to California where they're looking to break their own rules.
Yes, exactly.
In order to counteract the rules
Hope
that are being
that
broken.
they do, in fact.
We'll see. It's an entire chain of rule breaking.
Yeah.
So let's move on a bit. The people are starting to file in. Let me
it's getting a
quickly
little
remark.
loud.
We've talked about how there are a lot of seats there on the floor. There are also,
All around.
this thing probably seats 1,000 people.
Yeah.
People are starting to file in. We'll see how full it gets, but we'll be, again, posting pictures and video and whatnot here in just a bit. So I got excited this week, y'all, about Bobby Pulido.
Yes, Tejano superstar. Let's go.
Let me back up a second and say, until I heard about this story, I had never heard of Bobby Pulido.
Okay, yeah.
I don't.
A little download, a little listen, I'm sure.
The Tejano world, I love the sound of Tejano, but I've never been a fan of it, like to where I know what's going on. I know Emilio, I know the biggies.
There you go.
Bobby Pulido, very much a biggie, very much a titan of this music form, has decided he's going to run, he's formed an exploratory committee.
Yes, exactly.
Let me not get ahead of myself.
Okay.
He's thinking very seriously thinking about running against Monica de la Cruz down in the valley. I find it exciting. What do you guys think?
I think that it's great. In the context of where we're recording right now, I'm thinking about celebrity star power and how crucial it is to getting out to the apolitical folks that are worried more about their everyday life and making sure they can get their bills paid than if Beto's at another rally, right? But so I think that anybody that can join the game and bring in folks that might not have been involved before is great. I want to see more of that.
I'm on the same page. I think, I don't know much about his personal life or his history, but if he's somebody who can connect to a demographic that has previously been overlooked or underrepresented, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Even if we don't, have a one-to-one share on our political views, I think somebody who is fair and honest and willing to represent their community where they're at. I mean,
it's a big tent. It's a big tent with the Hano stars.
It's a big tent, especially against Monica de la Cruz.
Yes, my God.
So, well, let me say, we've gotten pretty good at drawing in lawmakers and people like that. This guy is an actual bona fide pop star. So I'm going to try to get him in, and we're going to. It'd be great to get him on.
I think that'd be cool.
But this guy's like a legit celebrity.
Yeah.
So I will say this though, I will admit, I got a little excited when Matthew McConaughey started talking about running for governor. Okay?
It's a great conversation starter, right? Like, could he? All right.
And that's down to. That to me, not so much about what he's about, but it's about that he's very famous.
Definitely.
And there are loads and loads of people, much like Bobby Pulido, actually. There are loads and loads of people in this state that will vote for the guy who they know who he is.
Oh, I know that name. That name is really cool. I like that guy.
Right. Let me sidetrack just a second. There's a guy named Rob Morrow.
Okay.
Who has run for office and won a couple times in Travis and Williamson County, I believe, around the Austin area. Okay. This guy is a complete nut. Complete nut. Okay. And to the point where he would show up to assembly meetings or whatever wearing a joker's hat, wearing like a jester's hat.
Okay, yeah.
An intentional, troll guy, right?
Yeah.
Rob Morrow happens to be the name of the actor who played the lead role on Northern Exposure. His name is Rob Morrow also.
Okay.
So there's just that kernel of I've heard this guy's name before.
Yeah. Taking someone's brain. Yeah.
But it's also obscure enough where you don't make the distinction.
So that sounds right.
I promise you, hundreds and hundreds of people voted for Rob Morrow just because they thought they knew who he was.
You're probably think that there are people out there that think that Rob Morrow is representing them today in Austin?
Haley, I don't think that connection. I think it's more subliminal and subconscious.
It's like under the surface.
Right.
Yeah.
But if that can happen for that guy, if someone like McConaughey runs,
with a real following.
I mean, that's serious star power, that's serious momentum. I mean, and Matthew is way better liked than any Republican politician.
I have a question, potentially silly question, but take it with me.
Okay, silly.
What is the legality of me changing my name to Matthew McConaughey and running for office? And it doesn't have a picture of me next to it. It just says Matthew McConaughey.
That's right.
I think fair enough.
That's a terrific question.
I'll email him. I'll ask him.
We can
get his blessing or something.
We are talking about the survival of the republic here. Desperate measures call for desperate times.
I don't think you're even breaking any rules there. I think
modern
that's
problems,
just
modern solutions. Yeah.
Hey, here's my driver's license. What do you want me to do, man? Matthew McConaughey. So
I'm just really inspired. I'm sorry. Yeah.
I did. Let me get to the last fun part of this. When Matthew started talking about running, I got excited, but then I couldn't. He wouldn't say anything.
Yeah.
He wouldn't give a position on anything.
Yeah.
And he just kept on doing the all right.
Which is great and all, but give me something a little bit more.
Need substance with it.
I came up with a term for it. It's poolside philosophy.
Ooh, right? I like that.
And that's kind of his deal. And it's good if that's what you want.
Fair.
And I think I haven't read, my wife has read his book.
Yeah.
And I think it's largely poolside philosophy,
kind of thing.
Which is okay for some things.
Yeah.
Especially
and I think for
he's
entry
a good
level.
guy.
Yeah.
But is he ready to run, a state with an economy bigger than most countries?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah. This is why we need exploratory committees. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
We can give him a key to the city or something.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Have something for show.
So if he'd say something, and that's where I'm at with Bobby Pulido.
Yeah. Okay. I want to know where he stands.
My indication from what I've read so far, which is not very much, is that he's pretty centrist.
Yeah.
He's been hanging out with Vicente Gonzalez, who's pretty centrist. Vicente's wife is the one who talked him into looking into doing this. He's been doing music for 30 years. He's thinking about a career pivot. This could work. I'd love to see what he says. I'd love to talk to him.
I'll be looking at that Issues platform page when the site is up. We'll see.
Some fresh ideas.
For sure.
Makes me think of not to bring up Zoran again, but I mean, I'm still seeing videos. Like, he just did a video with Wu-Tang Clan. This guy is a superstar. Anyway,
so you have to do that. And like,
yes,
let's talk about Beto. Beto's kind of that type.
Definitely. He's one of the most recognized names on the Democratic side of things in Texas, 100%, because he knows how to talk to people and go viral.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So we've got a South Texas candidate who has a ton of star power in the context of where we're standing right now with big, huge names like Beto, Jasmine Crockett, even James Talarico, who just went on the Joe Rogan podcast.
Yeah.
By the way, my first actual watch of a Joe Rogan podcast.
Me too.
Yeah.
But I did it, and he did a great job. So I think that it's about getting any kind of progressive message, as we talk, out there and to whoever you can reach. So in terms of Bobby Polito, join the game, please. I'd love that exploratory committee to show good results and use your fame for our gain.
Sure.
Yeah. And even if we don't totally agree, like one-to-one on politics, or like he's not the most progressive guy in the world, I think the tent is big enough against somebody like Monica de la Cruz to it's not just a fight for, I mean, obviously I want a progressive future and that's something I want to fight for, but I think the urgency right now is anybody that's willing to counter the Republican narrative in any meaningful way and honestly represent their communities. And so if that's what he's looking to do, I'm all for it.
And we don't know what those seats are going to look like in 26.
He might be hard to get.
Yeah.
Oh, Nakia is about to sing here, so let's all crowd on our mics real tightly. So Bobby, it'd be really nice to get him on the pod, but he's an actual star.
Yeah,
so getting him might be a little bit, take a little
Fortunately.
doing, but we're going to try.
You never know. Get the name out there.
Yeah. If Bobby, we'd love to have you if you're listening to this.
Please.
That'd be really cool. Makes me think of Matthew McConaughey, of course, who, if he would just say something besides poolside politics or poolside philosophy, I would be down. But he couldn't seem to come up with a position on anything at all. So.
All right is a pretty compelling platform.
That tells me everything. I don't need the issues or platform page. I think all right is good.
All right.
So I tell you what, guys, this has been a little bit of a short one, but the show is starting.
It is.
Let's go ahead and cut for now. So, dear listener, watch this podcast feed for the entire program here. Again, it's Beto O'Rourke, it's Joaquin Castro, it's Jasmine Crockett, it's James Talarico,
Gina Hinojosa,
and there's got to be one more that we can't remember.
I think you said all of them. Yeah.
Was that all of them? Okay.
Look at us. We're
Maybe
so good.
Maybe I got
Double checking.
Okay. All right. In progress. Wraps up. Thanks for listening.
Thanks, y'all.